Hey there, Astroventures. I wanted to take a moment and show you two steps that I use at the end of every image that I've edited to get a little bit of extra pop in my astrophotography images. I want to welcome you to my work area. I'm hidden away in the basement of my house with my 1970s wood paneling, but it's my area to work and create my images. So today I wanted to go over a couple things with you here on how I polish my image at the end. And with that, we're going to be taking a look at Bode's Galaxy, and that's here. And I'm going to show you, this is how it ends up finishing, and this is what it looked like prior to me polishing it up. So pre-polish, and then my final polish to give it that extra oomph. Now, on this particular target, this is Bode's Galaxy, I intentionally decided to use this target because I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. So I decided to use this because the change is going to be mild to medium, the impact. However, on some targets, such as the Orion Nebula, it can really make it just pow and pop. So, like I said, I'm going to walk you through Bode's Galaxy and not overpromise, underdeliver. So let's go ahead and make that disappear for a moment. So here we are. I'm at the end point. I've edited my image and I want to polish it up, give it that little bit of extra. Now, the first tool that I use is from Nik Tools. Looking at it here on my computer screen, it's $179 for the software tool. Yeah, it's a little bit expensive. If you're a photographer, in addition to doing astrophotography, I encourage you. This is an amazing tool. I've had it for more than 10 years, and I wouldn't do photography without it because it's got a lot of great stuff. Specifically for what I'm doing today, we're going to be taking a look at the tonal contrast tool. And the tonal contrast is a tool that will help to separate the dynamic range within an image and make it pop a little bit better. There's two different approaches. One, you can apply what I'm about to show you prior to reintroducing your stars or with your stars in it. I'm doing it with the stars in it, and the reason being is because when I apply the tonal contrast, I want that pop to happen to the stars within Bode's Galaxy, and then I will mask out the bloat that will happen to the other stars that I'm not wanting. So here we go. I am at the point of, I've edited it, here I am, I'm finished. I'm going to come up here to filter, Nik Collection 7, they are currently on Nik Collection 9. Slide over here, Nik 7 Color Effects. There are a lot of tools within this, but specifically the one I am after is Tonal Contrast. Here you'll see this slider, and we're going to go ahead and tell it to apply tonal contrast. Now, one of the things that you can see on the screen to the left side of this slider is there's this slight bit of fog to it. To the right-hand side, it's much darker. There's an enhanced contrast going on in there. And it's more precise than just a contrast or a clarity. So, let's take a look at the specific target that we're here for, Bode's. I'm going to slide this over just a little. Now watch as Bode's, okay? You can see the difference on that. And I'm going to zoom this in. You can see the softness. And there's some of the lanes enhancing. So this is the first step, is I'm going to apply the Nik 7 Color Effects Tonal Contrast. Downside, one of the things I do want you to notice is, let's take a look at this star here. Look at the star before. You can see it's less bloated. and then as I slide it, it becomes more bloated. So that is a downside. As I said, we will mask it out, or you can choose to apply the tonal contrast before you've reintroduced your stars. So I'm going to tell it apply. Loading. Okay, it has now applied it to the image. Now, my next step, I'm going into my camera raw. So I'm going to hit Control J, duplicate this, and I'm going to call this Cam Raw. Okay, and we'll go in here, filter, camera raw. I'm going to zoom in. Okay. Now, I'm going to press the letter K. That way I'm doing a very specific local adjustment. You'll notice on this circle here, you've got the inner circle. This is where the effect will be fully applied, and then it feathers out to the outer circle. I'm going to move down to where clarity is. Clarity gives us a contrast in the mid ranges. I'm going to slide this up to a 24, and I am going to start to apply. Okay, now once I have applied and it is on there, I will slide the clarity all the way up and all the way down, and that way I can see what it is that I like. Now there will come a point where it starts to get a little crunchy, over sharpened. A couple things I want you to think about with this. First off, you're up front, zoomed in, looking real close on a monitor. If you print your images, as I do, a lot of that doesn't actually come through on the print. So where I like to take it to is I like to slide that clarity up, find where it starts to become just a little crunchy or granular, and then step back just a little bit. And so that's what I'm going to do here. Now it's enhancing the lanes in there. If I want to see exactly what it did, I can come over here to toggle visibility, the little eyeball. You can see that change. And then the next thing I'm going to do is come over to the texture slider. I'm going to go all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. And again, you can see the lanes coming in. And then I can come over to the eyeball. There we go. You can see the difference. And I'm going to hit OK. So this has been applied. Okay, so there we go. You can see this. I'm going to remove the clarity and the texture. And now I'm going to remove the Nik contrast, the tonal contrast, and you can see how much softer this image is. So let's reapply it. Here's our Nik 7 tonal contrast. Here is our camera raw, where we did the clarity and the texture. You see how much sharper this is. Now, as I mentioned, these stars, you can watch this here. See how much smaller that star is? Now, as I do this, you see the star got much, much, much bigger, okay? So what I can do is go ahead and put a mask on. The letter G for my paint bucket. Fill the mask with black. I'm going to click the eyeball to remove the tonal contrast layer, because up here on camera raw, it's got both. And then what I'm going to do now is, this is what's soft, because with the black mask, we're looking through to the softer layer before we applied all our adjustments. And just to show you, here's our adjustments. Let's take it back off again. And what I'm going to now do is paint on this mask. So I'm going to hit B for brush. I'm going to load my white paint color, and I am now going to paint this back in. As I'm doing this, this is bringing it all back. Now what I like to do is overpaint just a little bit so I'm not missing anything. And then to the right of the bracket keys, you have the backslash, and that will show you what is masked and what you have unmasked. And I'm now going to go to my paintbrush B. I'm going to make the brush bigger because it feathers out. And I am going to work at creeping back in to Bode's to help soften that transition line between the polishing I did at the end. There we go. And the image that we're looking through to the bottom side. Okay, so going back to white, paint this in. Bring the cigar galaxy in, again, over paint. So we're applying the Nik Collection tonal contrast. I did not do the texture and clarity on this one, but again, this is just an example. And if I was, Control Z, if I was going to actually use this as a keeper, I would have done it to both. All right, so again, softening up the transition. There we go. Backslash key to remove that. There we go. And now what I have done is I have removed all that bloat from the stars. I kept all of the texture within Bode's galaxy, so it's much cleaner, much sharper. And then just to show you, there's that difference. So that's my finishing, polishing technique. Again, not as dramatic as it would be with certain nebula, but like I said, I don't want to overpromise, underdeliver. The Nik tools. And if you just look it up as Nik tools or Nik Collection, you'll find it. I will also put a link below. If you are a photographer, absolutely, I would say get this. If you're an astrophotographer and that's all you do, you may consider passing because it is a good chunk of money to spend. If you don't mind spending it though, you won't be disappointed with what it can do. And there are other tools that it has in there to do all kinds of enhancing of colors and so forth within your image. So you got to decide for yourself. And then if you decide not to go with the Nik Collection, you can certainly still do the Photoshop clarity and texture to help bring that out. You won't quite get as dramatic as a bang for buck as having the Nik Collection, but it'll still give it a nice polish at the end. So there you have it. I would love to hear from you down below in the comments as to what it is that you like to do to give it that final polish for your images, and share that with other viewers. And until next time, consider liking, subscribing, ringing the bell, and I wish you clear skies and uneventful nights.